even 500-600 points, you can still do it. So use those Bahamas packs to your benefit. It's 100 point per pack that you sell up to 600 points. Even though if you're not running for the Bahamas, or if you've used up all your 6 for the Bahamas, it's a really great pack for those customers just to get some volume through and some points through. Those customers who like to do spot orders and save on freight, want to get some great value, it's about $700 worth of product for $500 with free shipping. So they get 8 protams and a full skincare set. Really, really great pack to upsell your customers to, I say especially those who do this. So I think that's pretty much our current promotions going. We've had a few more Bahamas qualifiers. I can't think of all of them on the top of my head. I know Beck McQuilty's a few others, so that's fantastic. A few of us going, which is awesome, and hopefully some more to come. As I said earlier, it's the last training of the year. We've had an incredible year in our team, and I think it's time for us all to have a really well-deserved break over Christmas. Enjoy some quality time with your family, get yourself refreshed, revitalized, set your goals, reassess where you're at, where you're going, and get ready to run hard next year, because next year can be an even better year. So I think I'm going to hand over to Sandra now. We'll get to the next slide. Oh yeah, sorry. One more thing from all of us in Team Hearth. Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic holiday, a really great Christmas, and a lovely New Year. All right, over to Sandra to take us through tonight's actual training.
Hi everybody, hope you're well. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm going to give you a review of what we learnt and some of the nuggets from Leader Academy, and also I'm going to share with you some of the things that we learnt also at Simon Chan. Some of us were privileged to go and have some coaching by him, so we're going to share some of those bits of knowledge with you tonight. Okay, so starting with Leader Academy, we need to have belief in 5 areas, and your belief needs to be unshakable. You need to have a 10 out of 10 in all these areas. So in the area of product, so you need to have that belief about the product and what the product can do for you and for the people that you're talking to. Also the company, what the company has to offer, that it's run by leaders that have lots of years of experience and know what they're doing. You also have to have a posture and good belief about the industry, about the network marketing industry. The compensation plan, we have an amazing compensation plan. And most of all, yourself. And this seems to be the one that's most difficult for everybody. And I'm sure if you really were honest with yourself, we could get a 10 out of 10 for the first 4, but when it comes to number 5, it's the one that we pretty much struggle with. Can we have a 10 out of 10 belief in ourselves and that we are capable of achieving the things we set our mind to? And this is key, I think. And, it's not to say that we're not going to have those moments of self-doubt, but it's all to do with your mindset and how you flick back to that positive self-talk. Okay. All right. We heard a lot about High Noon with Seth Campbell. He talked a lot about this when we were at Leader Academy, and that timing is everything. And sometimes when we get a no, it's not about you. It's about the timing for the person that you're speaking to, okay? That is key, and we need to remember that, because they may say no now, but if you speak to them and follow up with them again in 3 months' time, they may say yes then, because it's high noon for them. It's the right time for them. Now, Kim and I have both had experiences of people following us, and we've spoken to them and they've said no, but then we've gone back and reconnected with them and it's been the right time for them, or they've come across a need for it for them. So remember, if people say no to you, it means 3 things. No, not now. It means no, not ever, or who do you know? Okay, they're the 3 things that you can take away from a no. And no's are good, because as they say, the more no's you get, the closer you get to a yes. All right. So when you're talking to people, the other thing to remember is asking lots of questions. Okay, you need to find out their need. And the way that you do that is by asking lots of questions. Find out what their need is. Be a good listener. Listen to the answers that they're giving you. That will be your clue for the next question, or what you can do to provide them with a solution to their problem, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide them with solutions to their problems. Okay, mindsets seem to be kind of a common running thread throughout Leader Academy, and Jill Pearson also brought this up as well. And we've often heard, what you think about, you become. And this is so true. If you are, you know, living in that negative mindset constantly, talking negatively to yourself, you know, this is what your life ends up being about, and this is what you attract. And yes, it is hard when you're in a space of things not going the way that you want to be positive, but it's the only way to change that cycle. So you need to start talking to yourself in a better, positive way and change the way that you think. So we were often taught that, you know, if you grow yourself, your business will grow. And I hear this often and often, and it's really true. The more you grow yourself, the more your business will grow. Watch your self-talk, as I said before, and take care of how you think every day. I can't, you know, say how important that is. It really is something that is important. And I guess try a little exercise with yourself, you know, for after tonight and tomorrow. And every time you hear those negative self-talk come into your mind, give yourself 3 seconds and switch back to that positive talk. Okay, so if you're thinking to yourself, for example, you know, oh, I can't do this, or this is really hard, flip it. So, yeah, I can do this, and this is really easy, and I'm going to walk in there with confidence and achieve my goal. See what happens when you flip it. You'll be amazed. Jill also talked about having faith. So faith is the ability to believe something that you cannot see. Okay, now regardless of what our faith is, some of us believe in God. We can't see him, but we believe in him. Fear is, there's no such thing as fear. It's the absence of faith, which is, when you think about it, when you don't have faith in something, you're scared of it, you fear it. So if we have faith, we take away the fear, and then it gives you the action. Everything you have in your life is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. This is what Jill said. And again, it goes back to mindset. If you keep saying in your head, I'm unworthy, I don't think I can do this, or this is all I can achieve, then that's what you're going to achieve. You know, I try and say to my kids all the time, you know, what you think in your head is what you're going to achieve. If you say I can't, then you can't. You can't think like that. You have to change the way that you think. So you need to change your programming. How do you do that? Okay, so you do that by affirmations, daily affirmations, self-talk, personal development, visualization, meditation. Now, some of those things might not be for everybody, but if you can at least do 2 or 3 of those things, especially the personal development part, you're halfway there already. Okay, affirmations are really important. Self-talk, visualizing you at your end result. Okay, there's an 80-20 principle in MLM. 80% is mindset and 20% is the skills. And again, all of our top leaders, all of the people that are successful in this industry, if you go back and have a look at them, they will all tell you 80% is the mindset, what you believe you can achieve. Okay, 20% is the skills that you bring to the table. We also discussed the 30-second elevator pitch. So what is that? So if you meet someone in an elevator or anywhere really, and you've got literally 30 seconds to tell them about what you do, you need to be able to create curiosity and connect with them straight away. Okay, so how do we do this? We ask open-ended questions, which will hopefully lead to them saying, well, what do you do? Or you get the opportunity to share something about the product or the business. So if you haven't started working on your 30-second elevator pitch, you need to try and work out in a really succinct kind of way what's most important to you and what you want to achieve, so that you can share that with people that you meet straight away. It might be something like, you know, yep, I love my job. I'm really passionate about helping stay-at-home mums earn an income at home. That's what I do. And then they might say then to me, oh, what is that? What do you actually get them to do? Or what is your job entail? And it kind of brings up, and then you could say something like, oh, I'll send you some information about it, and we can chat then, or we can get together another time. All right. So it just gives you that opening. Also, people often ask about closing. How do you close? So things like, what did you like best? Or let's get your product ordered. Or do you need more information? Are you ready to order? So Charlotte's often said this before, assume the sale. Assume that they're going to order, okay? Let's get your product ordered. Now, they're either going to say, yeah, okay, yes, or they're going to say, oh, can you tell me about this? Or I need more information about this, okay? So there's a couple of different ways you could do it. It's just, I guess, what you feel comfortable with. All right, so that was just a wrap up of what the main ideas were for Leader Academy. Now I want to share with you some of the things that we took away from Simon Chan when we went up and we had the privilege to be trained by him. So he said, network marketing unleashes your unlimited potential. I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds to read that again to yourself, because you kind of need to read it twice to get it to sink in. So what is unlimited potential? That could be anything for everybody. It could mean something completely different for every single person. But what it's saying is that this industry gives you the possibility to do that. Simon also said to us, there's 3 things that will hold you back. And this was really, really interesting, and it really made you think back to how you think about things. So one thing he said was conditioning. So how you were raised and your background. If you have been conditioned to think in a certain way. For example, you know, you have to work hard to earn money might be a way that you've been conditioned to think. And then if you're not working hard, well, then you're not really going to earn any money. Well, we all know that that's not completely true, okay? But it's a conditioning. So it's a way that we think that we've got to kind of unthink that kind of habit. And as number 2 comes along, it's habits, the habits that we think about, the way we do things. Sometimes our habits aren't the best thing for us, and we need to change those. And then there's what he called stuckness. So if we think in a certain way, all right, thinking in a certain way. Sometimes this can stop us from moving forward, I guess, if we get stuck in this certain way of thinking. So it's asking us to be a little bit open-minded. It's asking us to not think that everyone has to think like we do, because that's not the way that the world works. He also got us to really think about something as we were growing up that we really wanted, but then something happened in our life and we decided that that dream was no longer worth going for. So when you get a few spare moments to yourself, have a think about something that was a dream for you when you were younger and you wanted to achieve it, but then something happened and you kind of just pushed that dream to the side and it didn't happen anymore. And really delve into why that happened. And you'll be actually really surprised at what comes out for you. And it might remove some blocks. People, he said, oh, this was really interesting. He said people often will say, oh, you just have good luck. Well, actually, good luck comes from hard work and opportunity. When you put those two together, you have luck. He discussed 7 qualities of a 7-figure earner. These are the things that 7-figure earners do, okay? So they visualize, they dream, okay? They think about the goals that they want to achieve, and they do it every day. They think long term. What is the goal that they want to achieve long term? Not just your short-term goals, and by all means you need to have your short-term goals and you need to celebrate those along the way, but what's your long-term goal? They invest in themselves, personal development. Number 4, they never stop recruiting. Really important. You need to still keep bringing people into your business, okay, customers or distributors. Number 5, they have no emotional attachment to the outcome. Now, when we start in this business, we tend to really get a little bit attached to the no's, and we tend to let them upset us. And we need to learn to not do that, okay? We need to remove that emotional attachment. You're sharing what the possibility is for the product or the business with your people, okay? If they choose to take it on board, excellent. If they don't, well, that's their choice. You've done your job, you've shared the information, okay? The other thing is work with the willing. Now, what does this mean? It means, you know, in terms of distributors, you can't drag people to come do the work. They either really want it or they don't. Okay, so, you know, you may have some distributors that have joined and they have done nothing in your business. That's not to say you don't keep touching base with them. Yeah, you can touch base with them. You can make sure, you know, that they know that you're there when they're ready. So it's a bit like, you know, if they want to crawl, you crawl with them. If they want to walk, you walk. If they want to run, you run with them. But don't drag them, okay, because that just makes it hard for everybody. And the other thing is time management. How do you manage your time? Be disciplined. Set consistent times for prospecting daily. Treat your business as your job. You know, you've got to go to your job at 9 o'clock. Well, then you need to start working on your business at 9 o'clock. Whatever the times are that work for you, you need to treat it exactly the same. Okay, so time management is really key. Okay, if you decide that you are going to put 5 hours in every day to this business, make sure you put 5 hours in every day. It might be from when you get home from your full-time job at 8 o'clock till, you know, 12 o'clock if that's your 5 hours. Well, that's not really good maths, is it? 5 to 1, whatever it is. You know, you get the idea. But you just decide when it is for you and stick to that time management goal. All right? That might be the last one. No, one more. Top 3 tips from Simon Chan. These are the top 3 things he said to us at the end. He said, you've got to do what scares you. So think about what scares you in your business. Is it picking up the phone and talking to people? Is it asking for contact details? Is it striking up a conversation with someone you've just met? You've got to do what scares you, because that pushes you out of your comfort zone and pushes those boundaries. Okay? That's when you start to see the change in you and the change in your business. He also said the association. So who you spend the most time with. Like-minded people. You need to look at the people that are around you. If you are constantly around people that bring you down or are negative or don't have the that kind of drive and mindset that you do, that's going to be really hard for you to achieve those goals. Not to say you can't do it, but it's going to be easier for you if you surround yourself with people that are like-minded like you, have the same kind of goals and intentions of what they want to do with their lives and achieve more. And again, visualize comes back into it. Visualize yourself at your goals. Really key. And if you struggle to do this, because I sometimes do, I struggle to sit down and do this just to find that 5 minutes of quiet time, because it's always crazy here at my house with 4 children running around. So it's really hard to kind of find that time. And I generally do it when I go to bed at night. I kind of lay there and think about my goals and try and visualize them in my head. And if you can get yourself into a really good practice of doing that, you will then see the results from that come out at the other end. So those three things: do what scares you, look at the associations, and visualize. All right, so thank you, everybody. I'm just going to stop that share. And if there's any questions, please unmute and ask away. Everyone's good?
Yeah, no, it was good. Thank you.
Thanks, G.
That was really good.
Yeah, no, that was a really good recap of everything, Sandra. Really important to remember all those points as well, you know, going forward, because it's the basics that just keep you going all the time. Yep. So that was great.
Yeah, definitely. And we're just
happy Christmas to everybody.
Yes, and Merry Christmas, everyone. And Charlotte sends her love and Merry Christmas to everybody as well.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everyone, and have real downtime. I really have been feeling the last 2 days that 2018 is just going to be such a growth year for everybody. I really feel we've been getting ready for this new year. And I just think we have 2017 was our first step. And I just, everybody just keep dreaming big and put big goals out there. Because the bigger the goal, the bigger the vision. And as you said, it ties in with Simon's. I would really start thinking about what you're wanting next year, just recapping on the year, thinking where you've come from. Like this time last year, I didn't know most of you. You know, which is pretty incredible to think, Kim, you didn't even know Sandra this time last year. Or Myra or Jess or any of you. So, you know, when you think of what a year, what it's done to our lives, like it's so exciting to know what the next year is actually going to bring about, what huge changes. People might have left their jobs, you know, people might have huge choices, being in the Bahamas, whatever it is, like just really go and just, I think I'm going to next couple of weeks in a lot of gratitude and personal development and spending time just really thinking about what I want and what I want to give back next year and where I see us going. So I'm going to dream big. So I hope you all dream big too.
I think it's really time to take a bit of reflection as well, isn't it? Because I think for most of us, I mean, most of us have got 1, 2, at least 2 jobs. A lot of us have, you know, and you know, I think this year, you know, well, for me personally, I just was like a bunny rabbit with freaking stars in their eyes. I didn't know what I was doing, but you were just going for it, you know. And, you know, now looking back, it's like, yeah, you know, for me, I have to really take stock and look at doing some personal development and just slow down on other stuff. And, you know, because I'm really serious about moving forward with this. So that's what I'm going to be doing over Christmas. I'm not going to stop, that's for certain, but I am going to take some stock as to what I need to do for me growth-wise. So,
one thing actually that was really good, Una. One thing that Carrie Dickey said last year, and I really implemented it over the holidays. She was like, just find new friends. Find friends at parties. Find friends when don't even mention LV. Say nothing.
Yeah.
Just create new friends, just let them see you for who you are. Like I see you all on here, I know you're all passionate, energetic, loving people. Let them see that personality, because I think we keep forgetting people. And I'm noticing this more and more with the Chinese as I'm getting to know their culture as well. It doesn't matter what product you've got with them, they want a relationship with you first. They will only do business with someone that they have a relationship. So be you, let yourself shine. Don't even mention LV at parties or anything, but just Facebook people. Let people look at your lives, and then afterwards you can start developing better relationships and introducing LV in January. But just enjoy it. Enjoy the family time. Yeah.
And what a privilege it's been for everybody, for all of us to get to know each other.
Oh, I look at this list, and apart from Una and Denise, Kim and Helga, Paula, there is a few more that I've known longer than a year. There's probably a third. But yeah, the honour of meeting the people that I've met this year that have come into my life that have become really good friends that will end up staying friends for, forever. So I think that's the biggest thing that we get as well. I think where we are as a person before network marketing to where we are now, I think is just two completely different people. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited about 2000, but I'm ready for a break. So I'm ready to lie around and read rubbish books. There won't be a Tony Robbins and influence friends. I'm going to read a couple of really trashy, just nothing books. And then I will do a personal development. I need trash. Need a couple of easy reading ones. Okay, peeps. Well, I probably won't see you all till I get back on the 13th of January, so probably the 15th of January. So we're away. So yes, have an awesome Christmas and New Year, all of you.
Beautiful.
And yeah, let's have this well-earned break, because I think February, January, when Carrie comes, it's just going to go, and I think we need to have that rest.
Definitely.
I think we're all a little bit weary. We haven't had any more. Have we got a baby? Yes?
No baby yet.
No baby. I was just wondering whether we had an LV baby.
Not
we had the LV baby.
He doesn't want to come out.
So she's eating lots of chili.
Yes.
Poor thing.
Does anyone know does anyone know what the shutdown dates are for LV? Like for orders down, or is it still?
Oh, I would imagine just the tech that is.
I think it's open in that week. Between like Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then
but you still place your orders, and it minutes to catch up. Yeah, no worries.
I would imagine they'll put out something official, Helga, but we haven't heard anything different.
Yeah.
I would imagine it's still business as usual apart from the holidays, yeah.
Yeah.
I know last year they put out the auto ships. Actually, they didn't ask us this year. They actually out early.
Because the 25th would come out early.
But whether they've held off and they're going to do it the 27th, I haven't heard that actually. I should really check with Geraldo on that one. Because
Will
really,
you send him a message then?
I will send him a message, because really they would have to send it tomorrow, the 20th.
I would think they'll put it out early.
Well, they'd have to put it out on the 20th though, which is quite a few days.
Yeah.
And even still, it probably won't come out. Yeah, I think they're just going to leave it.
Well, you check, will you, and put it up tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, Kate,
guys.
take care.
Thank you.
Merry
Have a great Christmas and New Year, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.